Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Tainted Grail. Now before I head out into the world, I am going to go revisit the smith. And I think I'll be exploiting the system a bit. I believe today I'm going back to the graveyard, right? Try and get a few more bones. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to buy all the copper and all the iron and as much leather as I possibly can. There we go. Now why is this? It's because I've noticed that the blacksmith restocks his leather every day or so. He doesn't restock the other metals. Additionally, I want to use a lot of wood to rebuild part of the village down on the coast. So I don't want to use wood in any of these crafting recipes. Additionally, I can just shove in a load of leather, right, to increase my crafting chances of making something out of metal. And the mace uses no wood. So I'm going to make maces to improve my crafting skill. Should I wait and level up then? Not so sure. Now, Osbert doesn't replenish his iron or copper at all, but I can mine it around the map at the nodes which replenish themselves over time. And most importantly, I now have only a 75% failure chance. And if I were to pump this full of leather, that'd be down to about a 10% chance. So I'm not going to make anything there. But what I shall do is sell some maces, buy the rest of the leather, then look at my odds. Because I think it's high time I began making those pieces of the Swan Knight armor set. Okay, let's sell some maces and a hatchet. Okay, we got a bit of money back. Of course, nowhere near our original investment, but a bit of money, all the same. And then what I could do would be, say, 4, 8, 14, no, 4, 8, 14... Okay, so literally 20 metal. So I can double the iron input on each of these. And only 2 of these need bones, so I could pump in a lot of bones. Wait, do I need to make these? I'll throw in all the leather. That's a pretty good chance of... Actually, that's a very good chance. We don't have the endurance yet anyway, so there's no rush. I'm not even going to go look for wood. I'm just going to go back out to the graveyard again. To fight some more skeletons for skulls and bones, and let's just do a quick check. Hello game, yes I'm here. Revenant's armor, I need to make both pieces, so I should really be looking at making those first. And I know those need skulls and bones, both of which should be more plentiful at the graveyard than other locations I could think of. Okay, let's head outside and see what we can find. Off we go! Travelling by Shanks's pony, the most reliable form of transport at our disposal. We are not yet elderly and infirm, after all. You okay? That was a bit of weird juddering. Right, well, I think... Ugh, sorry, just a moment. Greasy key on the keyboard. I think I should practice my archery. Yeah, keep coming. Really? There we go. I should not practice my archery on skeletons, obviously. There's no flesh for the arrows to really sink into. But these brigands, on the other hand, threatening the road, they are very fair game. This one even has a bow. Yes, get shot twice. It's what you were going to do to me. Little preemptive, I know, but I have past experience of this fellow. I know how he operates, so to speak. I still have some concerns about the respawn rate of the enemies in this game. They seem to replenish far too quickly. Perhaps the wilderness is what is putting the enemies here, as part of its nature to make the world more hostile. Right, it feels as if they replenish far too swiftly. However, if they were to reappear more slowly, would that be fun? You know, is the current rate at which they are restored to the world an optimal one? It feels a little bit too much. But even so, let's go fight some skeletons. You shall do. Face me. Oh, you actually got me from there. Well done. And now I think we are overburdened. That's okay. We'll just battle some of the denizens. You, for example. No, this one's coming. Okay, no, let him come. Alright, bring it on. Probably pay attention to the time as well. Yes, come face me. I should probably also practice parrying with these. No idea how I'm doing yet on that front, as there seems to be no sort of indicator as to whether a parry has been successfully pulled off or not. Right, let's wait for you to stand still. Alright then. Got it. Yes, I am blatantly looking for a skeleton over here that I killed. That looks like it. Ooh, and a corpse. What's it as well? Lovely. Well. Wow. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a problem. Here we go. And again, please. Got it. Now, this is the kind of large-scale group engagement we simply could not survive before. What's this? Cooking for resistance, seafood, fisherman. This may be... No, that is new. Okay. The Struggle for Locality. A Tale in Every Dish by Rumpelt Finini. Seafood dominates the southern diet, a product of tireless fishermen and the fine craftsmanship of netmakers. At the renowned fish market near the village of Sewell's Crypt, I saw their dedication firsthand. During a day on the sturdy boat named Casta, I heard tales of the sea monster, a beast with scales so hard that Ionas, the determined fisherman, shattered harpoons against it until the creature devoured him. This inspired my recipe, Sea Monster. The fisherman also spoke of Muruch, sea maidens said to lure men with their song, dragging them into the abyss. Their legend became the theme for my sea dessert. Danger and wonder lie in these waters, reflected in the stories and flavours of the south. Well, since it shall soon be getting dark, and there's another wolf nearby, apparently, it would probably be wise... Oh. 2! Oh, fuck, a bear! We may be in trouble. Let's just bugger off quickly. We haven't had cause to tangle the bear yet, and these skeletons give us enough trouble as it is. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Okay. We died. Alright. Joy. Wait, is there a nearer auto? Let's check. Don't fancy redoing that all over again. There is... Wait. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's see where we are. There may be some retracing of steps. Interesting. All this lot again. Okay. Understood. You. That's better. Right. Oh, interesting reach there. Okay. May need to be a little cautious in estimating my capabilities here. That's okay. Astute viewers may have noticed on the loading screen that I had some autosaves with the same characters at a slightly higher level. I've been playing a little bit in between opportunities to record, only on autosave, no manual saves or loading. And I haven't done anything new. I've only done things that I've done earlier in previous versions of Early Access. So essentially I've explored around this area a little bit, haven't really done any major quest stuff. And you know what, this build seems to be working quite nicely for me. Over here are some nasty bastards. I'm not entirely sure if I may have tangled with them already in a previous episode. Or not, as the case may be. Now would be a perfect time to go duff them up again. For the experience and the skills, obviously. And because they are evil, deranged nutjobs. You there. We are not yet ready.
Your armor won't save you.
Well, you say that, but... Oh! Right. That's a start. Okay. Now you... keep shooting at me.
This fight is mine. I see
Come on.
fear in your eyes.
Got him. And now the one more over here. After which we should probably be heading back, as the hour is growing late.
No one sneaks up on me.
Mate, I wasn't sneaking. I don't know if you noticed.
Your armor won't save you.
About that. Apparently it just did. Right. Yes, definitely time to be heading back. I will take this opportunity to plunder while I can. Not empty. I definitely need to be moving back now. I'm not going to try and lighten my load or anything, there's just no time. I'll head back to the keep and, you know, do some more crafting in the morning. Actually, how am I looking for the next level? Still a bit of a way off, some more crafting might do it. And we have, oh, orb recoil. Massive pushing forces applied to targets within a 5-meter radius. The orbs appear to be used from a distance. Let's just keep moving, and you know what? Since the flowers are right here, I will pick these carnations as well. The rest of the graveyard, just down there with the cooking recipe, will have to wait. Was good to get another death in. Nice bit of humility, a reminder that I am not infallible. Hello? Swift dagger, eh? I'll have to check that when I get back to safety. Now, it is worth noting at this point that defeating human enemies during the hours of darkness in the wyrdness, presuming the weird creatures don't kill them first, results in the recovery of unidentified items, which can be identified at a bonfire, provided I infuse it with a lot of special cobwebs. The items seem to be fairly in line with the normal items I would gain for defeating those humans, but slightly better. And the cost to identify the items doesn't always seem to justify the items being discovered. I would imagine that certain particularly dangerous areas or particularly dangerous foes might yield even better rewards at night. And that would be a good reason to drop a bonfire outside somewhere in the night time. Speaking of which, by the way, the arch spire, where we want to camp and rest, is really not that far away. And we could post another warning while we're at it. So we might be headed out that way in the not too distant future. It would seem there's a good amount of excitement about this game leading up to the release in what? Yeah, still about 3 weeks now. I'm excited. But I am thinking it might be good for me to take a bit of a break before the release so that it will be fresh when I come to it, rather than just more of the same. I'm still playing for now, though. I'm recording for now. You know, just saying like maybe half a week or so. I don't know, right? I mean, look, there's a game I really should record again, but I haven't recorded for, looks like 5 or 6 weeks now. So I have things I should be getting back to try and finish off. Yes, I'm talking about Silent Hill 2. I know exactly why I stopped recording when I did, mostly because it was late at night and I wanted to go to bed, but also because I recognised, and this wasn't another Hellblade situation where I thought, okay, I want to go to bed in 10 or 20 minutes. I'll just explore that forest clearing over there and get dragged into a 2.5 hour boss battle, you know. Oh no. No, this is me going, I know what this is. I'm stopping here because this will be enough content for a whole episode on its own. And it would be good at the end of an episode rather than the beginning, but it would definitely be more than just playing for a little bit longer. I mean, let's see. You know, I got this. I've got the Oblivion remaster. I got plenty of things to enjoy, right? I'm still playing Evil Islands. Want to go back and finish off Silent Hill 2. And there's obviously other things I should go back to. I want to do some more Baldur's Gate 3s at some point, you know. Let us just pray we are not assailed by foul spirits. What was that? That sound, it wasn't me. I am going to need some more rope for the breastplate, and I know there's some rope on the ground outside the inn, down in the village. Have I already claimed that? I believe I have. But now is a good time to go and check at night while I've... Nah, I can go do it in the day. It'll be fine. I was just thinking... in terms of optimization, going down there now while there's no one else around might be a good time to just go scope the place out. We definitely need a few more levels before the build starts. Well, no, it started working, but it can really drastically improve in a few more levels' time. I don't see it. I leave. I get out of here while I still can. Looks like people are just about going to bed. Or it's one of the late night guards patrolling. Late night guards patrolling it is. The time is gone midnight. I think I'll just go rest straight up, get some sleep. That seems reasonable, right? I'm also thinking that while I'm enjoying the push for a high endurance, I could just delay it a little, right? Because there are other stats that need improving as well. And maybe 1 point every 2 levels is too much. And I'm not going to steal this rope, but this is exactly the kind of rope that I need. I will not steal from people who are treating me well and are not currently my enemies. Should they become my enemies, that will become another matter entirely. And of course we're running again because that still has not been fixed. Once again, running. After rest, encumbrance is broken. Shame. Osbrit, I would imagine you have not yet fully replenished your stocks of leather. Interestingly, his leather supply does come all or nothing. It doesn't do a partial restore. It is not yet ready. That is understandable. However, allow me to give you some of these. Good man. So, tempting. I'll hold off for now. Let us also part with some of these. Now, let's see what we can do on this front. Okay, 1 and 2. So if I go and 4 and 6. So if I go 2 and 3, and then of these, we have 10, 15. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not ideal, is it? Okay, let's see. 3, 12, 13, 14. Still not great, is it? Okay. So we go 11. Still need slightly better skill. Ah, of course, the bones. Right. Well, that changes things a bit, doesn't it? So if I just pump all the leather in here now, right? That's pretty good. I could even go like that. 1, 2. Get quite good at that point. I think that would be worth saving the game. For now, though, I need to go get some more wood. So let's canter around to the chopping block and see how much is here for us today. Ooh, 10. And with this 10 wood, we shall be 10 closer to the 50 required to finish repairing the village. We currently have 16. It's going to be a long wait. But the other thing I can do is dash over here to my storage chest and fill it with items I'm not going to be using for a long time. So let's pop this in there. No, it's not gonna, not really. Right, 6. 6s and 7s. 4 dexterity is going to be a long way off. Iron, copper, wood. We can sell the wooden arrows. We do need the money. Right. What else? Should see if I can make any more potions. Because why not? Hey, I pressed the button after I came through the door. I even waited a little as well. It's very inconsistent and I really hope it gets fixed. Burning splash concoction. Well, we have plenty of burnt skin. And monster blood. Okay, so we can make one of these. Flame. Where's my... Okay, sage. Got it. Probably a good idea to stock up. Hey. Here we go. Let's make some more potions. And I know that pushing skill increases isn't the best way to level, but it certainly helps. I could, but I think I'll hold off. Bloodsucker. Increases lifesteal. Probably actually worthwhile for a tough fight. And we're bound to get into at least one of those. I feel I should be making one of these items, just to get out of the way, one of the skull items. So I think I need 4 bone for the night parts. So that takes me down to 21 bones instead of 25, right? I suppose there's one easy way to find out. Here we are. Yes, 21 instead of 25. Yeah. Unless I want to save some. So, 2. Ugh. Wow, if we ditch even one bone, we're in trouble. Okay. So we don't have enough iron arrows currently, okay. In that case, I think we hold off ever so slightly. And sell. Oh, that's low. Also going to sell that. I could put some of these away as well. You know what? That would enable me to carry more. Also the posh fancy clothes. That'd be a good idea, right? We can tuck those away. You know, carrying them into battle, they could get torn, ripped, have blood spilt on them. Wouldn't be pretty, right? Let's take better care of these fine garments. And then decide what we're going to do today. You know, I think I'm going to do something I've never done before. Unless I meet a bear, in which case I might not get to do it. Here we are. Right, I would like to pop in this. Da, 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 da. Uh-huh. I'll keep on all of those, put those away. Do I? Yeah, go on then. There we go. Right. I'll pop that in there as well, as I don't seem to have come across any sort of brick-making craft just yet. Hang on to all of these. Okay. So I think we might go to the Arch Spire today. Although that will involve tangling with 2 Grindylows. Uh, 15, 30. If I just can get damaged and use those up, that'll be okay. That's pretty decent. And we do really want to be upgrading our armor soon. However, to even use the superior armor, we will need another point of endurance anyway. So let's go out and earn that endurance by getting pummeled by all the nasty things we could possibly find in the area. Preferably not all at once, although in the near future we will be able to tackle fairly large groups of opponents in a manner that would definitely not have been very reasonable at the beginning of the game. The mace is part of that puzzle. Gaining perks to do with stamina recovery are another part of it, as are the facts that every single piece of the Swan Knight armor seems to relate to stamina management in some way. And that is honestly something we could really do with right about now. I am quite tempted to cut through here, but I won't. Oh, also, there's that path over there I've never explored before as well. So let's just keep getting that sprinting practice in to increase our movement speed. And then here we will prepare ourselves for the double Grindylow assault. Additionally, aha! Are you going to come fight me? You want to fight me. You really do. Gotcha. Now, where's the second one? It's down there. I did quite well there. I acquitted myself quite admirably, and wonk! These things are relentless. They just never run out of stamina. And down there is the bear. We do not mess with the bear. It will rip us to shreds. Despite the fact that medieval knights did actually take to hunting bears in full armour because the bear's claws couldn't get a grip on the steel plates. Look, are you two going to come fight me or what? We've been spotted. Okay, that did not quite go according to plan. That went a lot better. Oh, for goodness sake. Did we just get a full heal for leveling? I think we did. And I see flame, what are they called there? Now, however, we're going to be living quite dangerously. Oh, you know what though? 66, 54, 42, 25%, it's something. You know what, we are in a dangerous area, we'll go with some of the bigger ones. Also, we have indeed leveled. Which makes what I'm about to do feel a little foolish. Flame goblins, that's it. So we're going to post that. We put the warning up. There are wolves down here. And I still haven't read the Wolves of Willoughby Chase. Which still seems like needless alliteration. Really, you're both just going to keep moving away from me? Get whacked. Oh, you want to get hit as well? Be my guest. Now then, what is this doing here? It's waiting to be opened, that's what. Okay. Come on, yeah. Oh, silk gloves, okay. They were here before us. Surprise. Many questions. We investigate if their work was safe. Great power flows within it, incomprehensible to us. Weirdness cannot help us. We approach it humbly. We approached with respect. The tower allowed us to discover its potential. We don't know what it once was. We know that now it is the way home. Be careful, pilgrim. If you enter, your soul must be strong and pure. We probably should really be putting a point in spirituality soon then. So this is where the woman and her husband camped for the night, and we could sleep here. We won't be able to level. Hello? There we go. I'm thinking I'm going to do this, right? I'm also thinking this might be a really bad idea without leveling. So here we go. I'll get a full-on load screen for this one. Probably going to be taken away to another dimension. I see a darkness. Am I still? I am. Okay. That's all blocked off. Let's... I cannot rest here. There is clearly something that I must do. And so far this feels very unsafe. Well, that's greatly concerning, as are all these grasping hands. Can I just go in one of these directions instead? It looks like I may be able to mine something here. That's very, very square, that white marking. Something tells me that there'll be nothing here for me either. Well then. Just remember, the woman and the man dreamed here. The woman dreamed she could not find the man. He was lost in a mist or fog. And afterwards the man started biting people.
Give me warmth! It's cold! It's so cold!
The words are becoming more distinct.
I'm hungry. I just help.
Something tells me we should not grant this creature aid. But our choice may be stat-driven. Which is why I'm thinking the extra spirituality could have helped us here. Okay, that is a very different path, and presumably not the one we are intended to take. There is something hostile up ahead.
You lies! You know the taste of living!
I see so many chains. That cannot be good.
I will make you suffer like me!
Can't I just go back now that I have heard this thing? This feels like a boss fight, and one I cannot handle.
Help me!
I must not enter the circle. He didn't even say that. Let me eat or burn. Well, I may regret this. We do have a burning spell. Did I do the wrong thing? Well. He does seem to like... No, he doesn't. He moves. Damn, but he moves. It's not much. But if we run across to here... You accursed four-dweller. He's not trapped by his holding at all. Although... Ah, there. And run past once again. Keep on running. I think I may be able to defeat this foe. Phew. Can we go back now to the... What did we get? Four-dweller bauble. Hitting a target has a 25% chance to apply frenzy for 8 seconds. I should return to Beatrix. Can I go back to the camp now? That was slightly harder than I thought because I wasn't expecting him to be able to leave his magic circle. Let's get back to the camp. Maybe we can rest at the bed there and fight our way back through the weird night. If there is a bed here at all. And if there is not, then how do we leave? No map. Okay, so it seems we have to go back into the cave to find a way out of here. That is a way of forcing us to face the creature, however. And yes, I see the path there on the side, I'm just not going to do anything with it just yet. Wait. Is this other path the one that goes down towards... No. It just goes down towards a dead end. Now, someone slew a great many Four-dwellers. Was it Sewell Firstfoot or another knight? I can't remember. But we should be grateful and honoured to have followed in his footsteps. I still don't want to step into this circle. So this instead must be our path. Oh, look how bright and glorious it is. Let me guess, we're going to come out from underneath the arch spire. I suppose. I'm about to find out. Wouldn't it be really nice if that light meant it's automatically daytime when I come back? Might not be the case. But this load screen is very nice and bright and colourful, like daytime, so that's great, right? We may have lifted a curse, and then that arsehole who taunted the woman and threatened her, he might not be so happy with us. But tough titties for him, I say. I should probably get my hands ready. We may not be arriving in a safe location. It's black. We are back at the camp, and we cannot sleep in that bed any longer. Well then. Let us... Let us actually utilize some food. Yeah, sure. There we go. And then let us be homeward bound. We don't want to face a weird night bear. That would just be... Oh god, what's that? Fucking hell. Okay, new plan, Operation Run Like Fuck initiated. If you want to know what that operation entails, you're looking at it. Hey, you. I mean, we can hit him. Actually. Oh, do they just perish on impact? Is that because of our thorny nature? I don't know. But I'm grateful to be out of here. In reasonably good shape as well. I see badness up ahead on the right. 2 of them, in fact. Where the Grindelows would usually be. Right, let's... Got him. That is an unpleasantly high damage output. We do need to be on the lookout for him. And Marg, the trapper, seems to be completely unaffected by the weirdness, which is, to put it quite frankly, weird. Here he is. Let's get back to the keep. I feel safer behind castle walls. Now, Marg being fine out here bothers me, because we're supposed to have special protection from the weirdness that allows us to travel safely through it. Unchanged, unharmed, unmolested. And yet, every other NPC seems to be totally fine as well, and it's only us who gets any sort of negative effects from the weird night at all. The only humans who seem to be affected by it are ones who were going to attack us anyway. You know what, then? I will take spirituality this level. Shall I? I really want this. I'll grab this anyways, but no, come on. I did a good thing. I defeated what was probably an evil spirit. He says, hopefully. And then, back over here, what do we want? That's nice. Blocking, draining less stamina is good. Taking damage, restoring stamina is good. Full stamina, full stamina. Killing an enemy instantly restores 10% of your maximum stamina. Great stuff. We should probably just go straight for this, yes. There we go. We also want more things in mystery, and it turns out this perk does increase the upper limit. Not just... So it's not just shifting the boundaries. Excuse me, pal. You're standing very close. So it doesn't just shift the borderlines, but it also extends the heavy as well. So it makes them all go further to the right instead of just those two. Which means it can compensate for a lower strength score, something we should look into. And I can already tell you I'm deviating from my earlier muckabout in terms of the build. Okay, let's get some sleep. Then go and see Beatrice and her husband. No, you stay slow. We consider buying leather, if it's available, and chopping some wood, if there's any for us. I would like to buy a lot of leather. Well, that is a lot of leather, isn't it? Okay. And with that leather in mind, these use no leather. So, 2, still on 25, so 8, no. Oh god, how high do we have to? That's really bad. We need to work on that. Free. I mean, we got 18. No. Not happy with those odds. Right. Still 75. We got to work on this handicrafting. Copper. We could make some copper arrows. Oh. With all this leather, actually. Ooh. We do have a lot of leather. Well, that was disastrous. Really? I'll make a third try. That was rubbish. We definitely need to improve our skill. Right. Could make another hatchet, but that would involve wood. It would be a reasonably good success chance, however. I still haven't found a use for any of the broken items from failed crafting attempts. If any of you have found a good use for them, feel free to let me know. 10 more, that'll put us on what, 26? Unless we used some for that hatchet earlier and I had not taken it into account. Let's see. 26 it is. Okay, halfway there. Let's go and see. There's only a ghost watching us, we're fine. Let's go and see if the rope is still down there or if I've picked it up already. No rope. But that's not the place I was going to expect it to be anyway. Oh. Wait. Because the guard here sells crafting supplies, I think. I'm not going to buy any wood.
Ah, that's you. Do you need something?
Come to check for rope. So it's all furniture stuff. And wood. Chopping axe, pickaxe, spade. Got it. A lot of wood, mind you. Let's head on down into the village. Speak to this woman who is not here yet. Maybe he's been let out of the cage. And the guards have not murdered him now that he's out of the cage. The rope was lying somewhere around here. It would appear that I have already claimed it. Now. They're all the way up there, in the part of the village I have not yet explored in this playthrough. Let's pretend I asked someone and found out that way. Possibly the old drunk I helped out. In which case, let us explore this portion of the village, finally. I seem to recall one of the people here is a murderer and there's some murder mystery. But beyond that, not very much.
My poor Morris. I hope he's surviving out there. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we? What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart.
What happened to that boy you mentioned?
Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the rude keeper, and now poor Cole's locked up in a cage. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age.
He doesn't seem to be in the cage anymore, but she doesn't seem to have noticed. I heard all of you had a strange dream some time ago.
A dream? Oh, yes. There was one, but I don't quite remember what it was about. I'm sorry, dear.
I'm not a refugee, I just have some business in the keep.
I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you. I'm still not used to all this. You see, I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there, working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings. We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it?
What happened to you?
Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. Their leader, Bald Kate they called her, somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them, and that they'd have no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive. My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him.
What an absolute bitch. Did he stay with the bandits?
Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive.
Did you ask the keepers for help?
Of course I did, right after I got here. The only answer I got was that they're aware of the bandit problem and are dealing with it. But I've heard rumours that the gate is always shut, and the keepers are forbidden to leave. So, I've got no hope there.
Well, I am permitted to leave. Do you know where their camp is?
From what I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while, drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt. Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors who came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl.
You're probably better off that way. I'll keep an eye out for your husband.
Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything.
Of course. What's it been like here, on your own?
At first, it wasn't so bad. But now it gets worse every day. We just sit around here, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work. None of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep and to take my mind off my troubles. I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands, which is more than you can say about some of the codgers living here.
Now,
Stay safe, dear.
I have met her husband Morris on previous early access builds. Found him and brought him back here. Found a way for him to come back here. And hello.
Oh, it's you. Did you hear? The keeper was cured. Cole wasn't so lucky. He's fallen into a strange state. A while ago, one of Fergus's men came by and told us You're bloody lucky Mahon got better. And that's the only reason we're still allowed to stay in the village.
I wouldn't be surprised if I knew exactly which one of Fergus's men that was as well. Tell me about Cole and the strange state he's in.
He just sits there, staring. He doesn't notice anyone. It's almost as if all the life inside him is frozen. Even the part of him that was full of aggression.
I found the source of what made Cole this way, but I must have been too late to help him.
I had a feeling something might change with your involvement. I knew you'd find something. I wish I could tell you more. I wish I could thank you. But right now, I just don't have the strength. You tried, and that means a lot. But it's hard, and I don't think I can properly show my gratitude. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Perhaps Jan Heber could be of assistance in some way. Are you going to stay here?
I've been wondering why I should stay. But then I realised that Cole is still here. He's not himself, but his body is still here. His face. I can't leave him alone.
Well, I can see why they let him out the cage now.
Most of them wanted Cole dead, but Fergus forbade anyone from interfering. Since Mahon is getting better, he decided that Cole's fate is in our hands. But if anyone else raises a hand against him, they'd be sentenced, as if for murder. That cooled the tempers of the keepers and lessened the open hostility from the villagers. Besides, you've seen him. He hasn't moved much in the past few hours.
What are you planning to do?
I can't abandon him. Even if he's not exactly the Cole I knew, he still looks like him. I won't ask you to end his agony. How could I? I'll take care of him for as long as he lives. And then, I don't know. I'll probably leave this godforsaken place.
I'm not going to offer it. Let's see. I'll end Cole's suffering. You should be free of him. Let his soul rest in peace. I'm not going to do that. I can kill Cole. No, you should be free of him. Let his soul rest in peace. Don't waste your life here. You have so much to live for. You should leave. Why are we all of these horrible for him? That's probably our best bet, to be honest. But why? I'm sorry, Beatrice. I hope it'll get easier with time. There's no offer here to try and help him.
Sure. Easier. They say time heals all wounds.
Well,
But this one feels like a wound that will always fester. One I can never forget.
it would appear we have no option to aid him. Can you hear me? I think I should go and see Heber. It also appears we've leveled again. Now, these people can wait for now. We can meet them at another time. Now, I'm not sure I remember him being in the cage, and a lot of people on the forums are complaining that he used to be hanged. And it made it feel grimmer and darker. This still felt pretty bleak, as if there was no chance of saving him at all. I would like to go see the healer to see if I can speak to him about it. Wait. I just had a thought. See, I was thinking I can take that 8th point of endurance this level after all. But then I just thought, what if the crafting bonus from practicality is not a bonus to the percentage roll, but a bonus to how the handcrafting skill is applied, right? Because our percentage to craft successfully comes from a handcrafting skill, right? And what if our bonus is like it's not a flat number, but a multiplier? This prospect intrigues me. And it would enable us to create better pieces of armor. Ooh, I mean, so if we're getting like 0.4 something, not percent, but 0.4 something, right? Like quality per point of practicality, instead of 0.3 per point of practicality, that would mean crafting would be better. I think it's a flat bonus, not a scaling bonus, so adding extra ingredients, let's just go for toughness for now. Well, that's an idea. Should probably look into this. Not that fussed about these. I mean, that's nice. What I think I'll do, though, is start investing in a strength path. Because then we can get to this stun chance, right? And that's got to be helpful somehow. Let's jog on over to see the healer. I don't like all this running. It feels very unimmersive, so I'm actually going to stop and just go for slow jog instead. I mean, really, I should just drop it to a proper walk. However, we have defeated a powerful creature. I can ask about the dream, and he will act as if I'm still doing the quest. So there's no progression here. Now, I suppose if he was killed in the old version of the quest, having him now be in a coma is easier than writing some kind of way in which he survives. Some kind of new state, like him speaking about his experiences.
It's you. Mahone is getting better. I don't know what you've done, but your results are remarkable, at least for us. Unfortunately, Cole isn't improving, but I'll allow the refugees to stay.
What about Cole?
His fate is in their hands. They'll do what they want with him. I'm not going to be responsible for his life. It's not our concern.
Fergus is still a nasty bastard. Really, you don't know what caused all this? Because I haven't told you yet?
No. I only care that the situation is resolved. One less thing to worry about.
I had to go and do a whole quest on another dimension. Don't I get some kind of massive reward for that? For your man being cured of his condition? Look, I've got another tag apparently. Right. Not entirely satisfying, I must say. If we look at the map, we've still got plenty to do. Dead as Dreams, why? Oh, Forgotten Cemetery. That's going to be a hard one. The Silk Road, might not want to mess with that just now. The Drinking Buddies, I've done that one to completion before in early access. Branded and exiled is over there. Over there? Interesting, because he used to be like over here, next to this, in the same place previously. So that's moved. Silent Cilia, she used to be like right down here. So some things have been shifted around, and probably for the better, to be honest. But I'm reckoning we're probably reaching a good point to stop the episode. So I'm actually going to end this one here. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.